After nearly 2 weeks of intense talks, COP29 entered its final day on Friday. The summit has been all about climate finance, money that wealthy nations are obligated to pay to developing countries in order to combat climate change. But after 11 days, there has been little progress.
Things are absolutely stuck. We are facing a deadlock, and there are deep divisions between parties. Clearly, developed countries have not stepped up. This is the last day of negotiations, and they have not even put a figure on the table. How do we negotiate? It's a negotiation in bad faith by developed countries.
Many developing nations have called for a figure of $1 trillion per year. They argue that developed nations should be the ones fronting that sum, as they are the chief culprits for historical emissions. But the so-called rich nations don't want to commit to such a large amount. Their budgets already exhausted by the recent pandemic and energy crisis. Draft text emerged on Thursday, angering the developing world by essentially leaving blank the financial commitments.
I think that's the frustration felt by many of the developing countries, particularly since there's been no number presented as yet by developed countries. So I think we're all anxious to wait to see if that will actually be presented in a new text.
A concrete number was finally proposed for the first time on Friday, with developed countries offering to provide $250 billion annually by 2035, a figure that is a long way off the $1 trillion asked for by developing nations.